is Braylee Sims, and this is my first video of The Sims. I've been playing The Sims for years, so I wanted to start recording the things that I do on The Sims because I want to share them with you guys. I started off this video with what the theme for my channel right now is to go with fall. I started 31 days of horror houses. Obviously, it's not going to be 31 days unless I double upload. I'm going to try to do as many houses as I can. Instead, I wanted to make 31 horror houses from any type of thing that I saw that was scary, that I enjoyed watching movie-wise or like documentary-wise. So I started off with a house, the Amityville house, and this build took me in. If I knew that this build was going to take this long, I wouldn't have started off with this one. This probably would have been the last house that I made. This build took me 24 hours to do, and I'm not even exaggerating. I added up all the times of the videos, and it took 24 hours, maybe even a little more over that. This video, this first one, the one I'm doing outside would be, I recorded 3 videos, so the one that I'm doing right now outside would be my first video. And I started this at 4 in the afternoon, and I finished at about 3 o'clock in the morning. It took me a long time to build this house, so I had a lot of trouble with the roofing because I'm not good at roofing, so, bear with me on that. Hopefully I'll get better the more I do, because I'm going to be doing a lot of houses, so I hope it looks a lot better than what it does now. I found a lot of pictures to make this house. I found maybe about 13 pictures, maybe close to 17 pictures on this house. Let me know if you guys think this house looks like the actual house in New York, because I want to know what you guys think. But I am warning you guys that if you're going to look up the pictures, they do have some graphic pictures on there, and pictures from the scene, like the horror evidence and stuff like that went on. So there are people who, gruesome pictures in there. So just be aware if you're gonna look at those pictures. I already warned you. So they're not PG-13. They're not G. They're nothing. They're evidence pictures. So there's a lot going on in those pictures. So I'm telling you right now, if you want to compare it, I'm telling you what you're going to see in those videos. So what you do is on your terms. But let me know if you guys think the house looks like this. I think I got it pretty close for, for just a game. The picture, if you guys already saw the video relapse, it didn't relapse, but the video started over again with just that little scene. I don't know how I did that, but I apologize if it annoyed you, if it made you guys annoyed. I don't know how that happened, but this video took me, this house was really fun to build. As you guys can see, I moved the house to a different lot because the other lot was too small. I couldn't fit the backyard in there and the front yard, so I went ahead and moved the house to this area. I tried to get it as close to a body of water as I could, but I couldn't because they live on a lake. They lived on a lake, so this was as close as I can get it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I didn't know what the backyard looked like at the time when I was making this video, because I didn't have as many pictures as I did when I finished the video. So I didn't know what the backyard looked like, so I took I guessed, well, not the backyard, but the deck area. I guessed on what it looked like, which was pretty similar. It looked pretty much like that. I found some pictures later on, and it was pretty much spot on. So, I was really glad about that. I'm fixing the back of the house. It's not the side of the house. It looks like it is, but it's the back of the house. I didn't have any pictures on that, so I just went with the blueprint, and I was pretty close, which is a good thing. So I hope it looked like that because they don't have any pictures. So if it's wrong, I'm sorry, but I think that I did a pretty good job. Right now I'm working on the fencing of the backyard, and this was the hardest part of the whole house, guys. I'm not kidding. this part took me a couple hours to do, maybe 3 or 4 hours to do, because I couldn't get the shape of it the right way. And I'm not good at fencing either. I usually just put a big rectangle in the back and there you go. But I had to try to get it as close as to the house as I could. And I don't know much about the elevation of the ground, so I try not to mess with that. But I just used that, and I hope it came out looking pretty good. So I also had to work on the shed or the garage, and I used the bird's eye view to do that of the pictures that I had, because the pictures were pretty high. And so like airplane mode, like that, well, whatever, similar to that. And that's what I used to get my pictures. I want to know if you guys have had any type of paranormal activity that you guys went through. Comment down below. I would love to read your stories. If you ever feel like nobody's gonna believe you, I would. Do you guys think that what went on in this house was true with the son? Do you guys actually think that he was possessed, or do you think that he just went mad and just did all he did at night? Or what do you guys believe? Whose story was true? Do you believe him, or do you believe what media says? So I'm not going to say what I believe, because I don't want anybody to get upset, but just comment down below. I would like to know what you guys think of this house, and what you guys think of the story. This area of the fence was hard to do because it kept disappearing. So don't think that it's not there. I don't know why that happens a lot when I'm building fences. When I try to put the door to the fence on it, the fence disappears. It's there, but you can't see it. It's like a glitch, and I'm not worried about it. Right now, I'm fixing up the back. Sorry that this video is lagging a lot. I don't know why it's like that. I have a lot of custom content, so maybe that's what it is, making it lag, but I don't know why it's lagging. Maybe it's my computer. I am recording and playing The Sims on a laptop, so everything's a little slow, and I apologize, but I just have a laptop. So the windows took me a long time to find. I just went with the windows on the side. They had different windows on that side, but I didn't have anything similar to it, so I just went with those windows, and I think it turned out pretty fine. It turned out okay. I went back to working on the fence. I didn't know they didn't have like actual dog houses in the Sims 4. That little area by the garage is where they put their dog house. So I just went with putting my dog house. I just went with sizing up the kennel that they had over there, and I've used that as the dog house. Right now I'm working on I think the dirt, right? Yeah, I was working on the landscape of the house, and it was kind of a little difficult. Around this time, it was about 3 o'clock. I was getting ready to go to bed. I was really tired when I was doing this, so I'm glad it didn't come out looking bad. They didn't have many pictures of the back of the house, so I just kind of, guessed about what that looked like. The water fountains, one was filled and the other was empty, so that's why I went with these. I don't know why they had two so close. It's kind of weird, but that's how they decorated. And I didn't get too obsessive over painting the lawn green. I don't know what the correct term is for that. I didn't get too obsessive over that because I know I can, and I don't want to waste time doing that, so I just went with as close as I could get it. And I put all the dirt and stuff in. That's supposed to be stairs, but you can't do stuff like that in a Sim, so I just made it. I used the pavement spray to use it, make it look like stairs. All my greenery and the dirt went away. I don't know what happened, but when I started it up again, it was gone. So I had to redo it, but you'll see it later on in the build, me putting the dirt and the grass back in there because it went away. Right now I'm putting all the plants in. they have a lot of plants outside, a lot of trees, a lot of greenery all over the place. But they didn't really have anything inside the house, so I thought that was kind of interesting that they didn't have any plants inside, but a lot of plants outside. I know that people didn't really decorate with plants back in the 70s, because this house, the whole thing took place in 1974, I believe is what they said when I looked it up. 1974, and all the movies started coming out in like 1976 or something like that. 1977 or something like that. I can't remember, but so I had to try to decorate like it was the 70s, and a lot of their stuff came from like, the 60s and the 50s because they were adults living here. So, right now I'm doing out the nighttime, the lights for outside, and I'm just trying to put up the lights around. It was also kind of hard for me to find the right stuff that went there. Like, I'm trying to use a pool slide, but we don't have that in the game, and I don't have pool slides and custom content, so I want that. I thought it was weird that the gnomes are facing the fountain like they're worshiping the lady. It was kind of interesting to me. This part was a little hard. I just went with pretty much that, so I don't know if it looks bad or if it looks good, but the front of the house, that's what I went with. Welcome sign. They had a little welcome sign there, which I thought was kind of weird, that they had that in front of their house. Their welcome sign was kind of warming. And I was going to tell my sister that maybe I should put a live, laugh, love sign up, because that's kind of what their sign was saying, but I thought it would be a little insensitive if I did that, so I just went with the welcome sign. I'm not trying to mock. I wouldn't mock, so I just went with the welcome sign. I put a couple of newspapers by the door. I had that in custom content. They had that at the door today with the pictures I was looking at, so I just put those by the door. And I saw the blueprint and what that looked like, so that's why I fixed the back door area, because of the blueprint I was looking at. They had the blueprints online. I had a couple that I was looking at when I was building the house, or the interior of the house, and trying to go based off of that, which again I could also get obsessive with, so I didn't try too hard. I tried hard not to let it get to me about how it wasn't spot on, but it's not going to be exactly the house, It is a game. Excuse me. It is the game, so it's not going to be exactly what it is. I cut out me trying to find all the lights, because that's boring and we didn't need that. But like I said, it's kind of hard for me to find the furniture for this house, because the furniture is from like the 70s, the 50s, the 60s. It could be passed down from family members. That means it could be from the 30s and stuff like that. So, this is The Sims 4. The stuff is updated, 21st century style. So I try to go with what I had closest to the 70s. So I hope that comes out looking well. The couch that I put near the stairs, I sized it down, and I sized the table down. So I sized it down so it could fit over there, because the furniture is pretty bulky in The Sims 4. So I sized it down. I sized the lamp down and a couple of things, little knickknacks there. I found a slide that I thought looked better over there, so I put that over there and replaced the toddler slide I had over there with that. So once again, I try to get all of the things that I saw in the pictures. I try to get everything as close as possible as I could. So all of their pictures, they had a lot of pictures in that house. Nothing had a simple frame. Everything had like a gold frame or like some type of metal frame, all expensive stuff, I didn't know this house was like I said, I would have never started off with this house if I knew it was this big. A 3-story house with a basement. I wouldn't have I would have never made this my first house, but I did, so this is the dining room area. I was looking at a couple pictures. It's pretty close to what the dining room is. Right over there, I'm trying to build the little dish display. I can't remember what it's called at the moment, but I'm trying to build a little dish display, and ended up finding something similar to that, so I just put that over there instead. I was trying to use windows, and I liked the windows that I was using, but it just didn't look like how I wanted it to, so that window, and then I found the little dish display, and I kind of put it behind. I put all of his stuff out because I was going to use that to put inside of there with some shelves, but when I found that display, I just got rid of all of that stuff. So tell me if you guys think this house is a scary house. They actually had I was watching the documentary a couple of days, well, not the documentary, but the movie from the 70s. Not the first one that came out, but the second one. I don't really like any of the Amityville horror movies. I just like the second one from the 70s. That one was really good. I don't like any of the rest of them though. They just didn't do a good job making those movies, in my opinion. I'm waiting for them to remake that movie. I don't usually like movie remakes, but I'm waiting for them to remake that movie so they can do it right, because they didn't do the movie any justice, except for this part 2 in the 70s. They actually have, I don't know if they still have it on Netflix, but a couple years back they had a documentary from the little boy who used to live there. Not the family with the son who murdered his family, but the little boy who moved in, his family who moved in after all of this stuff happened. I think they moved in 97, 96. I'm sorry. I think they moved in 76 after this happened in 74. Or this could have happened in 72 and they moved in 74. But either or, they had his documentary on Netflix, and he was talking about all the things that went on in the house, and his stepdad and his mom and his brothers and sisters. So I really enjoyed that. It had Lorraine in it, the lady who came in to look at the house and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the Conjurings and Annabelles, but that's who Lorraine, she was based off a real person. So I had Ed and Lorraine in there, and they went to their house. It was one of their first big horrors that they really did. Think something that really stuck with them was this house. So this was one of their first things that they did. I don't know why they have so many mugs. That makes me... I find it kind of silly that they have this many mugs. It's kind of ridiculous. It seemed like every room downstairs had a mug in it. I don't know. I understand that there's just people living there before all of this tragic stuff happened, but the mugs are kind of it's overdoing it with the mugs. I think it's pretty funny that they have all those mugs there. Right now I'm sizing down some of the furniture in the kitchen so it'll fit. I don't know if the kitchen is usable because, at this time I just wanted to finish the kitchen. It was taking too long. I was starting to get tired. This is another day, actually, so. But I've been working on this kitchen for about 2 hours already, and I was getting tired of it, so, I just pretty much went with this. It's pretty close, except for I forgot to put the black splash on the wall. So I'm just putting, over here was like a little coffee area for them, so I'm putting like a teapot to represent the coffee and some canisters. It's sugar canisters, but just pretend they have coffee in them, and pretend the jars are filled. And of course some more mugs. I'm putting some stuff on the table because they had stuff similar to it. Obviously they didn't have a lantern. They had a flashlight on the candle, but on the table. But I went with the lantern to symbolize light, and they didn't have an incense holder. They had cigarettes and the ashtray, but I don't have that in my game, so that's what I went with. I think it looks pretty good. The bathroom, all of them pretty much look the same. I didn't really do too much on the bathrooms because they all kind of look similar, so I just went with that. The living room was pretty fun to make. I was looking at, when I was looking at the pictures on there, I couldn't really see the living room that well, the pictures, and then I ended up finding some more pictures. So then that's when I kind of redid the living room again, which you guys will see soon. I thought this is what the living room looked like. I kind of just guessed because I didn't have any pictures, but then I saw it, so I fixed it up. So no worries. It came out looking really good though. Really, really good. I liked how the living room came out a lot. I thought it was pretty cool. So this video was really long, so I cut this video in half. So this is part 1, and part 2 will be uploaded tomorrow probably, or maybe later on today. I don't know, whichever one I feel like doing. So this is part 1 of the video, and part 2 will be up soon. So after this room is the dining, is the I can't remember what they call it. I think they call it the porch, but it's like a little fancy room kind of thing. I don't really like what I did with those heaters. I don't know what they're called. My mom used to have those when she was younger. She said she would put her now and laters on them, and she would let it, her and her sister would let it melt, and then they would eat them. I don't know what they're called. I don't really have those anymore, but like I said, this is when I saw the picture, so I got rid of everything I had, and I fixed the shape of the room and everything. So here I'm just looking at an overall view of it, and then I went in and fixed the walls according to the picture that I saw. So there's a bookshelf and some more of those little plates hanging around, of course. So, and some candles on the fireplace. I also went in and changed the picture. In the little porch area, I also ended up going in and fixing it because I found some more pictures on it. Kind of the same thing as the living room. Excuse me. I went in and I fixed it. So, I don't know if they had some of the things, like I said earlier, I had to do on my own. So I don't know if they had a record player, but I put it in there. I don't know if they had a paint, a thing for them to paint. So I put that in there as well. That about brings it up to the end of this video. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share this video. And have a very scary day. I love you guys.